A very good morning and thanks very much for tuning in here on Republic, and we are back with yet another investigative report that is going to send a lot of political tremors across all the political spectrums there, because no matter what, who in the Congress you ask about the VADRA land deal, they will instinctively shout out one word, that is political vendetta. You ask them about whether Robert Vadra took land from poor farmers, they will say vendetta. You ask them whether Robert Vadra took from the forces, they will say vendetta. You ask them whether Robert Vadra took the land from the poorest of the poor in Rajasthan and even in Haryana, they will again say vendetta. But today, all these claims crumble. Today, 2 days just before sixth phase of polling takes place, it will all fall apart, and the well that we've weaved narrated versions of Vadra Gandhi deals about the alleged dirty tricks, alleged cruel stealings, alleged mucky trails, all of them will be exposed today.
Absolutely, it'll all be exposed today through this big investigation that Republic's SIT team has carried out. And joining us in the studio are our guests and of course the man who's carried out this investigation, Shravan Sen. But before we go across to Shravan Sen and understand all the details of this investigation, I'd quickly like to introduce our guest joining us on this broadcast, Dr. B. Ramaswamy, who's a BJP leader, Dr. Seema Singh, who's an RSS expert, Professor D.K. Giri, who's also on my left, along with Amita, he is a political analyst, and of course Rodden Roach, who's also a political analyst. He is also joining us on this broadcast. But first up, Shravan, I want to come to you. You've carried out this investigation and explained to us all the details and all that you've learned of the modus operandi of how the Vadra and Gandhis went about in getting these land deals.
Well, in fact, Suesha, before I begin and give our viewers details of this entire investigation, I'd like our viewers to know how this entire investigation was actually carried out. The fact is that this is an investigation that was spanned over 2 weeks. There have been multiple attempts that have been made. Today, what we have before you is credible evidence as far as Vadra's land deals are concerned. There are some uncomfortable questions that would be posed before the Congress party, because they too have to answer at this point in time, given the fact there have been some sensational disclosures that have been made by one of their own. Not just that, you have some of the closest aides of Robert Vadra coming on camera talking about the property deals. Remember, Robert Vadra has been summoned by the enforcement directorate multiple times, but every time that he spoke outside the enforcement directorate to the media, he's always said that this is nothing but just vendetta. Just a few days ago, you've also had Robert Vadra actually putting out a Facebook post when Prime Minister Narendra Modi had also raised this entire point as far as how land deals were done during the Congress regime without naming Robert Vadra. But instantly, you had Robert Vadra responding, saying that the Prime Minister was deviating from the core issues and was actually dragging him into this entire business. But today, Republic Media Network brings to you some sensational details as far as these property deals are concerned. And remember, it is not a hatchet job. This has been done over a meticulous research that was essentially done about people, about characters who were essentially involved in this entire deal. We took days to track down some of the key characters as far as this particular deal is concerned. What is very important to point out here is the kind of statements that have been made in the sting operation that has been carried out. And viewers, I can assure you that after the sting operation is aired, it's going to shake up the political system, given the fact that all this while you've had Mr. Vadra only saying that he's a businessman. Today, questions would also be raised about the Congress party president Rahul Gandhi and his land deals. You've also had Priyanka Gandhi Vadra responding to Prime Minister Narendra Modi when this particular issue was actually raised by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. You had Priyanka Gandhi Vadra putting out a video as to how farmers were being troubled under this particular regime. But today, what we're going to put out is incontrovertible evidence as far as the land deals are concerned. And I can assure you that the investigative agencies will certainly take cognizance of this entire report, because this is something that one cannot ignore, because this is hard evidence as far as this entire investigation is concerned, Suesha.
Absolutely, Shravan, and go on to explain to us the revelations made by these two aides of Robert Vadra that you stung on camera. And now, of course, they go on to deny all these charges that have been made. But what is it that you found out from them?
Well, as far as the link is concerned, it's important to establish the link between Robert Vadra and the characters in this particular sting operation. That link has been established. Secondly, we're talking about the modus operandi, the allegation that has been leveled against Robert Vadra as far as to how this land deal was done and what went wrong as far as these land deals are concerned. You have his close aides now coming on camera admitting that yes, there was wrongdoing as far as land deals in Bikaner in Rajasthan is concerned, in Haryana too. Then you also have someone within the Congress party actually coming up and saying that, look here, if I open my mouth, then it's going to be more trouble for the Gandhi family. This is a 6-part expose. Part 1 of that entire expose will give you a sense of how the land deal was essentially done, what went wrong as far as this land deal is concerned, some very uncomfortable questions that would be raised. And remember, there are alleged conduits, there are alleged shadowy payment modules, alleged frontmen as far as this particular deal is concerned. We are only putting across to you these land deals that were essentially done, some very uncomfortable questions that have already been raised when our sister channel has already put out this particular sting operation, and already there have been a lot of questions that are being raised. And today we are also now going to put out before our viewers as to how this deal was essentially done, what went wrong. And today perhaps the Congress party cannot distance itself by saying that he is a private person and hence questions cannot be raised. It is his own business that he was actually doing. But the fact here is that what was that business all about? And was there any wrongdoing? We are saying that as far as if you go by what his close aides had to say, that yes, there is some wrongdoing which requires some amount of investigation. This is on the basis of not we who are saying this. This is on the basis of what his own aides are now actually telling us on camera. And this is something that perhaps the party too will have to answer now. It's not a private person affair anymore.
But also, Shravan, before we go across to our guest, and I would like you to also take it forward when it comes to our guest joining us here on the panel. When we are talking about Robert Vadra in particular, now, as far as should we call it sweetheart deals or should we call it shady deals that are concerned, we have seen so far, when the ED began its investigation and had been summoning Robert Vadra time and again, we've obviously seen how kind of personal attacks too that Robert Vadra seems to be making on the government, the Prime Minister, and even on the ED officials. But that trails links to several parts of the country. If you're talking about the Haryana deals, if you're talking about the Rajasthan deals, and even if you're talking about the London properties, just join the dots for us.
Well, in fact, Amita, on our screens right now, Mahesh Nagar, and I'll just try and introduce who exactly is this person for our viewers. Viewers, Mahesh Nagar, a couple of months ago, Republic Media Network had put out the sale deeds of the properties that were owned by Robert Vadra. In those sale deals, there was this man called Mahesh Nagar. Robert Vadra was essentially buying land through this property dealer called Mahesh Nagar. Many would raise this question as to what is wrong if someone is actually just buying land. There is absolutely nothing wrong when someone is just purely buying land. But here today, Mahesh Nagar, the man on your screens right now, spills the bean as to how the land were secured. That is something that I'm going to keep it under the wraps, wait for that particular sting operation to be put out. But I'll also tell you why Mahesh Nagar becomes extremely crucial as far as this land deal is concerned. This is a man who has been evading the enforcement directorate, but he has finally admitted that yes, his statement has been recorded by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Mahesh Nagar is the man who's done all the property deals for Robert Vadra. He's admitted that he is, after all, Robert Vadra's business partner. Since 2005, this man has been doing all the deals for Robert Vadra in Rajasthan as well as in Haryana. Many would say, what's wrong in it? Wait and watch this entire sting operation to understand that yes, there is a wrongdoing, something that he himself has admitted. And the other person is also going to be extremely crucial. Amit, I'll quickly answer your question as to, join the dots as far as the land deals are concerned.
But Shavan, before we go across to that, I believe, Suesha, we have the report ready with us. So we'll just play that out for our viewers, what this sting operation is all about. Suesha.
Absolutely, Amita. For a Congress party that has been going on with the campaign Chaukidar Chor Hai, today their own will be exposed. Republic Media Network's political SIT in a two-part investigation brings you Operation VADRA. No matter what the Vadra Gandhis say to duck for cover in this political season, no matter how hard they try to play the victim card, two brothers, as Shavan was mentioning, they go to property agent for Robert Vadra, have been hunted down, stung and exposed, and the truth is now out. This is a super investigation by Republic TV that will shake the entire political spectrum in this campaign season. Take a look at this report.
Two brothers with a Vadra Gandhi connection. Two brothers who are in the inner circle of the Vadra land dealings across the country. Two brothers in the enforcement directorate net because of the Vadra dealings. Mahesh Nagar and Lalit Nagar are seldom seen in public glare. Lalit Nagar is a Congress MLA. Mahesh Nagar is the man who knows it all in the Robert Vadra sketchy land dealings from Haryana to Rajasthan. The brothers are thick with the Vadras.
जब लोग ये कहते हैं कि आपने बचाने की उनको कोशिश की, आपकी कार्यकर्ता जब उनसे बात करता कि महेश भाई ने रॉबर्ट वाड्रा को बहुत बचाई, इसके पीछे कारण क्या था कि आपने?
देखो, हमारे उनसे घर के संबंध है, हम ये कैसे कहते हैं भाई, हमें नहीं पता।
काफ़ी सारे जगह में ये कहा जाता है कि यू आर वेरी क्लोज टू प्रियंका गांधी एंड हर फैमिली। इनफैक्ट रॉबर्ट वाड्रा के साथ यू हैव बीन वेरी क्लोज। हाउ, इसमें कितनी सच्चाई है कि आपने?
हाँ, हैं काफ़ी क्लोज हैं उनके, हम काफ़ी आना जाना है। उन्हीं के आशीर्वाद से पहले टिकट मिली।
The last time I did a political sting was in London, catching yet another Robert Vadra aide, Sanjay Bhandari. From tracking Nirav Modi and Nishal Modi to Khalistan foreign rings to Sanjay Bhandari, this sting operation is the one which will shake up the political system. In an investigation of over 2 weeks and a dozen attempts, I have stung Robert Vadra's key aides who have exposed the biggest Dalal network on camera. I bring to you in these 6 exposes of Operation Vadra.
On 7th of February 2019, Robert Vadra was in the midst of ED questioning sessions. Expose 1. Robert Vadra deals with forgery taint.
और जो कुछ कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता ये कह रहे हैं कि आखिरी मोमेंट में इसलिए ले लिया गया क्योंकि जो आपने जितने भी रॉबर्ट वाड्रा पे आरोप लगे थे वो आपने अपने ऊपर ले लिया। इसके पीछे कारण क्या है? जो आपने क्यों रॉबर्ट वाड्रा के ऊपर जो जितने भी लैंड के जो एलिगेशंस लगे थे आपने अपने ऊपर क्यों लिया? इसके पीछे कारण
नहीं, हमने अपने ऊपर नहीं लिया, जो सच्चाई थी वो बताई।
और वो सच्चाई क्या है?
वो सच्चाई ये है, जो ज़मीन उन्होंने खरीदी थी उस ज़मीन के बारे में, क्योंकि सबसे पहले गलती तो मेरी है कि मैंने ज़मीन दिलाई।
आपने दिलाई? ये कहाँ पे आपने दिलाई?
राजस्थान में।
सबसे पहले ये कब की बात होगी?
नहीं, ये सबसे पहले नहीं, जो बीच का पार्ट है, जो बीच का पार्ट है।
करीबन कब होगा?
14 में।
14 में आपने
14 में
ज़मीन दिलाई राजस्थान में?
राजस्थान में बहुत ज़मीन दिलाई, लेकिन एक ज़मीन ऐसी आ गई जिसमें शुरू से ही फर्जीवाड़ा किया था तहसीलदार और वृंदावन ने। अपने रिश्तेदारों के नाम जो है अलॉट कर दी और उसको ज़मीन को पैसा नहीं दिया, और वो ज़मीन रीसेल होते हम चौथे मालिक थे। वो ज़मीन हमने खरीद ली। जब
आपको नहीं पता था?
हमें किसी को नहीं पता थी। जब हमें इस चीज़ का पता लगा तो उन्होंने 420 का मुकदमा दर्ज कर दिया उनके खिलाफ, जिन्होंने किया था। हमसे केवल इन्वेस्टिगेशन में बुलाए थे, अभी आपको पता थी नहीं पता थी, बाकी और कुछ नहीं था।
Hear that again.
बहुत ज़मीन दिलाई, लेकिन एक ज़मीन ऐसी आ गई जिसमें शुरू से ही फर्जीवाड़ा किया था तहसीलदार और वृंदावन ने।
On February 12, 2019, Robert Vadra was at the Enforcement Directorate office in Rajasthan with his mother, Maureen Vadra. Priyanka Vadra dropped him off. Expose 2. Robert Vadra used fronts for deals.
कि आप उनके ज़मीन बचा के रखे हैं, पूरे ज़मीन आपने अपने नाम पे लिया, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा ने अपने नाम पे ले लिया। लोग आपके कार्यकर्ता ये कहते हैं कि महेश भाई ने इतनी बचाने की कोशिश की, इसके बावजूद भी ये उनके ऊपर ये जो हुआ है नाइंसाफ़ी है, उनके ऊपर जो हुआ है नाइंसाफ़ी है। आपने कभी ये सोचा कि इतने बड़े परिवार को आपने बचाने की कोशिश की, मतलब इसके पीछे क्या कहा आपको मिला कहाँ से कि क्यों बचाऊँ मैं इनको, कि ये पूरे मामले की बात
वो देश के बहुत बड़े
100 करोड़ के ऊपर की ज़मीन की बात कर रहे हैं, वो पूरे ज़मीन आपके नाम पे लिया गया था?
नहीं, हमारे नाम पे नहीं है, हमारे नाम पे हमारी पर्सनल अपनी ज़मीनें हैं, उनके नाम उनके पास है, हमारे पास उनकी कोई ज़मीन नहीं है। जो भी ले रखी है वो उन्होंने अपने कंपनी के नाम करा रखी है या किसी के भी नाम करा रखी है, उससे हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है, लेकिन देख रेख तो हम ही करते हैं सारी।
When we ask him why Robert Vadra had to use his name to buy land, listen in to what he says.
अगर लैंड उनको खरीदना तो वो आपके नाम से क्यों
नहीं, वो सब जगह थोड़ी नहीं चली जाएंगे, यही तो काम है, हमें ज़मीन देखनी, पसंद करनी, रोड पे है नहीं है, किस रेट में है, तो वो थोड़ी कर लेंगे सारे काम को, किसी को तो एक तो भेजना पड़ेगा ना उनको।
Patriotic people's land, poor people's land is grabbed by a man who believed at one point...
On 10th of February 2019, Republic Media Network exposed how Robert Vadra got land meant for forces via a nexus that duped the poor. Expose 3. Vadra minted from poor being looted. Mahesh Nagar's name has come up in ED papers. He knows arrested Ashok Kumar who helped Robert Vadra with a land deal. Land allegedly snatched in the name of forces in Bikaner and deposited through a web to Rahul Gandhi's brother-in-law. Now we confront Robert Vadra's property fixer on the deal. He spills the beans of the deal that allegedly cheated forces and eventually benefited Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law.
अशोक कुमार जो है जिनको
अशोक कुमार ने जमीन खरीदी
कि आपको जानते थे?
हाँ, हम जानता, हमारे गांव का है। अशोक कुमार ने वो जमीन खरीद ली थी, इसलिए अशोक कुमार का नाम सुना।
और अशोक कुमार से आपने ली?
अशोक कुमार से मेरे थ्रू कंपनी को ली। हमारा केवल इसमें काम था कि जब रजिस्ट्री होती थी तो ऑथराइज सिग्नेटरी बना के मुझे भेज देते।
The Congress party has always maintained that Vadra's business dealings were a private matter. But even beyond Robert, the Vadra Gandhi family photos adorn Dalal Mahesh Nagar's walls, quite literally. Expose 4. Vadra's agent cut land deals for Rahul Gandhi.
जब ये कहते हैं कि राहुल गांधी के भी नाम इस पूरे मामले, इतने दिन में राहुल गांधी का नाम नहीं आ रहा था, अब राहुल गांधी का भी नाम आता है, जो कुछ एक हमीरपुर में जो लैंड की बात हो रही है उसमें राहुल गांधी की नाम निकल के, जो सेल डीड में उनका नाम निकल के आया, उसके पीछे क्या था?
हमीरपुर में नहीं है, पलवल हसनपुर में।
और उसमें भी आपने मदद करके दी?
मेरे सिग्नेचर।
ये तो समझ में है कि रॉबर्ट वाड्रा बिजनेस करता है, तो राहुल गांधी क्यों लेने की कोशिश कर रहे थे ये जो पलवल में लैंड?
अब देखो, उनका मन था लेने का, उन्होंने ले लिया, फिर बाद में उन्होंने सेल कर दिया।
In 2017, Republic Media Network confronted CC Thampi outside the Enforcement Directorate office. In March 2019, Republic Media Network showed you documents that proved that H.L. Pahava, the man connected to a defense dalal, was directly linked to Robert Vadra. Expose 5. Vadra's commission agent ring.
H.L. Pahava करके है, CC Thampi, ये लोग कौन है? ये
नहीं, CC Thampi इनका आदमी नहीं, CC Thampi पावर साहब का आदमी है। उसने जमीन खरीदी थी काफ़ी यहाँ पे
हरियाणा में। तो उनके थ्रू में आप टच में थे?
हाँ।
When we ask him about the modus operandi within Robert Vadra's alleged commission agent circle, he speaks of an association from the Indira Gandhi days.
ये इन्वेस्टमेंट करते कैसे थे कि रॉबर्ट वाड्रा के थ्रू रॉबर्ट वाड्रा एच.एल. पावर को पैसे देते थे, उसके बाद आपके पास आता था?
उनका जो लेन देन था वो पहले था,
एच.एल. पावर।
हाँ, वो तो बताते हैं, मेरा तो इंदिरा जी के टाइम से उठा बैठ के, उनका नहीं पता मुझे तो अपना पता है कि जो हमने ज़मीन सेल परचेज करी है, उन्होंने हमसे पहले क्या लिया क्या नहीं लिया उसके बारे में हमें नॉलेज नहीं है, कैसे लिया, मैं तो अपने जानता हूँ बस, अब जो हरियाणा और यहाँ फरीदाबाद, पलवल या राजस्थान में जो लिए।
How would you comment on Haryana government threatening to, investigate all the land dealings?
I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
In 2014, Robert Vadra had infamously asked, "Are you serious?" when confronted by a reporter on his land deals.
Are you serious?
In 2019, Robert Vadra's payment models for his land dealings are out. Expose 6, Vadra's payment model.
तो इस लाइन में भी आपको कमीशन दिया गया और ये कमीशन रॉबर्ट वाड्रा कोई मुश्किल नहीं था, उनको देना नहीं पड़ा कि उन्होंने आपको कमीशन दी इस पूरे लैंड के लिए।
But Vadra's property fixer didn't get payment only from Priyanka Vadra's husband. He says his coffers were also being filled by Robert Vadra's defense dealer linked aide, HL Pahwa.
ये कहते हैं कि HL पावा के पास पैसे ही नहीं थे, उन्होंने एफिडेविट में लिखा कि हमारे पास पैसे नहीं तो हम इंस्टॉलमेंट में पैसा देंगे। तो कहीं ना कहीं इसमें ये नहीं लगता कि कुछ तो उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं गलत हुआ होगा, नहीं से क्यों कहें।
तो उनकी ज़्यादा मुझे जानकारी नहीं है, मुझे तो अपने जितनी।
तो ये सीसी थम्पी के साथ बातचीत आपने
नहीं, बस मैं तो उनसे मिला भी एक बार उसको।
और ये लैंड के जितने पैसे थे वो आपको
पावा साहब।
With Republic Media Network stinging both brothers Mahesh Nagar and Lalit Nagar in Operation Vadra and unraveling how the Gandhi-Vadra family used the Nagars to fulfill their own property deals, there are many questions than answers. Vadra's alleged frontman nexus is out. The secrets seem to have tumbled out on Sting camera about the alleged conduits, alleged shadowy payment modules, and an alleged web of fronts, all working allegedly to benefit Robert Vadra's private machinery. Some serious questions emerge. Did Vadra use fronts to buy land? Why? Did Vadra set up a Dalal nexus? Why? Can Vadra deny forgery when his agent admits it? Was Rahul Gandhi using a shadowy Dalal for land deals? Rahul and Robert named. Will the first family speak up? An investigative report filed by Shravan Sen for Republic Media Network.
So every single thing there was caught on camera, viewers, and there is nowhere where the Vadra Gandhi Parivar can hide themselves now. This is something that is coming at a time when the election season is on and they cannot question the timing this time around, because this is something where a lot of answering needs to be done by the Gandhi-Vadra Parivar. Joining us here on the broadcast as well is our legal editor, Ridham Anand Bhardwaj. Ridham, who had extensively reported during the Bikaner land deals when they were being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate over there as well. And she can tell us in detail, Ridham, when we are talking about the Nagars and their close association with Robert Vadra, why is that they hold such an important place in Robert Vadra and his firm, the Skylight Hospitality? Over to you, Ridham.
Absolutely. A very good morning to our guests and our viewers who are joining us. And first, let's tell our viewers, we need to congratulate our special investigation team that's being led by Shravan Sen, because this is a huge thing we've been trying to get access to for the last much time that we've been trying to do this investigation. Mahesh Nagar's name crops up in every ED paper that mentions Robert Vadra when it comes to the Rajasthan deals. Let's tell our viewers straight up two right things. In 2017, when Republic TV started off, in the first week itself, we showed you the Justice Dhingra report that showed Robert Vadra's Haryana deals. We showed you the nexus that was there between DLF, between the Haryana government and between Robert Vadra. Now comes the Rajasthan deals. The Rajasthan deals become very important. Who is the main person whom power of attorney was given to by Robert Vadra? The name is Mahesh Nagar. Mahesh Nagar is the authorized representative of Skylight in Rajasthan and also in the Haryana deals. We've been trying to get access to him for the longest time. We had the ED papers on which on our sister channel we broke an investigation earlier on, but today for the very first time we put put a face to the story. We go behind the man, Shravan speaks to that man and gets answers which will shake up the political system of the country today. These answers clearly elaborate what the Gandhi-Vadra Parivar has been trying to hide for the longest time. These were deals that were being done to benefit Robert Vadra. These are the deals ED is talking about. Let's tell our viewers what is at the very heart of this matter. There was land that was taken away from poor farmers that was intended to be given to the poor farmers by the government in Rajasthan. One such land, two such lands were taken on by an authorized representative of Skylight by Mahesh Nagar. How was this done? Mahesh Nagar's driver takes that land from people who don't even exist. That driver then through power of attorney gives it to Mahesh Nagar, and Mahesh Nagar, who is the authorized representative of VADRA'S company, clearly takes that land and then they sell it for a profit. In this entire sting that Republic TV showed you, that Shravan Sen went ahead and did, clearly pinpoints a picture by picture, connecting the dots and showing to our viewers how Robert Vadra really worked. When he's with ED, we spoke to his other people, whether it's CC Thampi, that elusive man who's a part of the close circle, whether it's the arms dealer Sanjay Bhandari, whom Shravan Sen also went and spoke to in London. The point is very simple. We are only trying to understand how the Gandhi-Vadra Parivar has been trying to work for the longest time. These are not only Benami transactions we are talking about, but a larger circle on how the dynasty was trying to function.
Well, Ritam, no one better than you to explain the importance of Mahesh Nagar as far as the Vadra land deal is concerned. I'll quickly go to our guests right now. DK Giri, the fact is that all this while you've had Robert Vadra saying, I'm a private person, I'm being targeted, there is vendetta. Before you, we present two very important people. First person already been exposed, that's Mahesh Nagar. The man who's considered to be the closest aide of Vadra says, yes, I'm a business partner of Robert Vadra. And the fact here is that this is no ordinary land deal that was basically struck. He talks about the forgery that was involved in the Bikaner land deal. I'll also then go back to Rhythm, because Rhythm has extensively worked on Bikaner land deal. But Mr. DK Giri, yeah, is there anything that the party can actually say? Is there anything left to really expose as far as these land deals are concerned, that yes, there is some amount of trouble as far as this particular land deal is concerned and there is something shady about these deals?
Right. I do not undermine your investigation. I in fact appreciate your labor and the methodology that you have adopted. But let me remind you and all the viewers that this exposure started way back in 2012. It was first done by Arvind Kejriwal. Then there was an IS officer who went after it, Mr. Khemka, and he brought trees of evidence to expose these wrong deals. But I'm wondering why it has gone nowhere. Despite so much of evidence, why has the government not persecuted and punished Robert Vadra? So they are seeking political mileage rather than delivering justice to a wrongdoing. That is my only dilemma, why government is sitting over it and just taking advantage of the exposure. It has happened some 7 years ago.
Mr. Dikir, sorry to interrupt you, but we'll get back to this entire discussion, because this is something that a lot of people will have to answer. On the other side, we'll actually get you every details of this particular expose that has been done by the Republic Media Network's investigation team.
Absolutely, and like Shravan rightly said, that we are going to continue with this discussion with all our guests in the studio, and I understand, sir, you want to make a point, but slipping into a short commercial break now.